because so long in my service, over 40 years at that time, we were always giving help to other people and listening to their problems and solving their problems. And of course, coming from a culture of push on and put your head down and continue was not conducive to telling your own story. So once I was able to get through that and tell my story, it became much easier. But for many first responders, and particularly myself, that was the hardest thing, just asking for help, because we've always been told we can push through. For me, it was not understanding the process completely. It was a lot of unknowns, and the fear of the unknowns, particularly with me and other first responders, is pretty significant. And one of the things that I noticed, that the setting and everything at Ravensview was there to calm us down and to get to the root of the problems that we faced. Understanding my PTSD, that was one of my biggest challenges. And it came to me quite suddenly when I was in treatment my first week. We were asked to rewrite a traumatic episode in our lives. And I had served in the former Yugoslavia as a UN peacekeeper, as a member of the RCMP. And on the 21st of November, 1994, we were ordered to be evacuated from the town that we were stationed in. And I didn't know it at the time, but that had a profound effect on me, because the people in the town thought that the armed forces were coming in and going to kill them. And I'd always thought that PTSD came from an incident that actually occurred to one. And many years later, I found out that that incident, having to leave those people in fear for their lives, really had a dramatic impact on me. So much so that when I wrote about it in Ravensview, my 4th day into treatment, I had a flashback. I was right back in that Croatian village with those people crying and screaming and wanting help. So it came to me quite quickly and quite profoundly, but I'm glad it did. I can't answer for other first responders. I can answer for myself. First of all, we come from a culture of do it and help people even when there's danger. So when it's time for us to ask for help, it's very, very difficult to do. And the other thing is that we don't want to relive some of those memories. I know for myself, having to relive them was almost as bad as actually living through them the first time. I was successful in putting them away in my mind, and having to bring them out in the open was really difficult for me. But I was really fortunate that I had an excellent group of physicians, psychiatrists, and therapists to help me through that. And Ravensview provided me that ability to get down into what my issues were, particularly around PTSD. Started right away when I turned off the road and wound my way up to the top of the hill where Ravensview was situated. I actually stopped at the sign at the bottom at the road and wondered if I really truly needed this. I had a couple of minutes of reflection, and then I was determined to continue. So what's special about it? It's in its own place. It's at the top of a hill surrounded by a forest, and to the north is Victoria Airport and a very scenic Gulf Islands. So I'd say the setting is really, really important, and it sure helped me. The other thing is too that the campus, as I'd call it, of Ravensview is more like a university setting than a hospital. We're treated like adults, and we are given lots of opportunity to discuss and go over some of the things that brought us to Ravensview. It's a very welcoming environment, and which includes all the staff, not only the medical staff, but also the cleaning staff and also the therapy staff. They are welcoming, and they are aware of some of the things that we've gone through and can help us with it.